Warning, the following video contains Nuclear Throne spoilers. That should be obvious, I guess. There's not a whole lot of story to spoil, and this is a tutorial anyway. Forget the warning. I'll edit this out. There are 12 characters to choose from in Nuclear Throne, although only 2 are available at the start. In this video, we will be going over the first 6 characters, covering their passive and active abilities, as well as methods for unlocking. I will also be introducing you to the wonderful world of Throne Butt. Don't think too hard about that sentence, Lord knows I didn't. We will start with the default character in Nuclear Throne, the Gill Man with the guitar, Fish. You don't need to do anything to unlock Fish, he's available from the start. As I mentioned in the previous video, Fish can roll, his active ability being a short boost of speed like a dash. His passive ability, however, is related to ammo. Fish not only starts the game with more ammo than other characters, but all his ammo pickups are increased by 25%. With bullets, for example, he gets 40 per ammo pack, while most other characters only get 32. That 25% increase is across the board for all ammo types, too. This is the power of passive abilities. Some of them can make a major difference in the entire way you play. It's harder for Fish to run out of ammo, so you may find yourself shooting a lot more. Fish's passive is built for players who just want to run out there and fill the air with bullets. Speaking of running, we already talked about his active and passive abilities, but now it's time to bring up the mutation related directly to those abilities. The one, the only, ladies and gentlemen, Throne Butt! The Throne Butt mutation directly affects each character's active ability, meaning that it's a mutation unique to everyone. For Fish, Throne Butt changes his role into the Water Boost. Instead of getting a single dash per click, now you can just hold the button for a constant speed boost in whatever direction you press. This turns Fish into a mobile machine, allowing him to get in and out of situations extremely quickly and extremely efficiently. Given his fairly simple passive and active abilities, Fish is a perfect beginner character, allowing you to get used to the game before you really set out finding who's best for you. And who knows, Fish's speed and ammo boosts might be exactly what you're looking for. The other character unlocked from the start is Crystal. If Fish is a more offensive beginner character, then Crystal is most definitely defensive, as her passive and active abilities both benefit playing cautiously. Crystal's passive is a health boost. If you look up in the corner, you'll see that Crystal has a max of 10 health. Most characters in the game only start with 8, which can go up to 12 with another mutation. Crystal, however, starts with 10, which can go up to 14 with the mutation. It may not seem like much, but in this game, every single point of health matters. Crystal's active is the Crystal Shield. This transforms Crystal from a crystal into another crystal. The shield itself has a short startup, but when it's engaged, you'll either block or deflect enemy attacks. Note that red bullets are being deflected back and can actually hit opponents now, while the green ones are blocked. With good timing, you can be shielding Crystal from most enemy attacks. Be warned, however, the shield automatically goes away after a few seconds. Also take note, it does not shield you from enemy lasers or melee strikes. With Throne Butt, Crystal Shield is upgraded with a Crystal Teleportation. The startup time for the shield is reduced significantly. However, far more notable is the ability to teleport. When you shield, just point your mouse at where you want to go and Crystal will teleport there. This allows her to get where she needs, or more often get out of a tough situation. This, coupled with her high HP and defensive capabilities, makes Crystal a perfect character for those of you who want to be able to block and retreat when the need arises. This is Eyes. Can't you tell? Eyes is unlocked by getting to World 2-1 of the game, the Sewers. Eyes' passive ability really isn't all that special. Watch here in World 2-1, the Sewers. Note that Fish can only see within this circle of light. Eyes' passive allows him to see the full screen, although everything outside the circle is a little bit darker. This does help in Worlds 2, 4, and 6. However, given that each of these worlds only contains a single stage, while Worlds 1, 3, 5, and 7 each contain 3, you will find that Eyes' passive is very limited. It certainly helps in those worlds, but unlike most passives which work everywhere, Eyes' passive is only applicable in 3 of the 16 standard levels of the game. His active, however, is a different story. Eyes can use telekinesis to draw things towards him. Weapons, crates, drops, even enemies. This lets you manipulate the world around you to a degree, and get any sort of setup that you like in the level. However, the more important factor is that it slows down and pushes away enemy bullets. Note how the bullets react to you whenever telekinesis is active. If you use it at the right time and right angle, Eyes becomes very difficult to hit as he uses his mind powers to slow things down. Add to that his ability to draw items in, and you have a character who can do whatever he wants to the level and get exactly where he wants to be. This especially benefits melee, as Eyes can draw his opponents in from around corners or behind walls and pick them off once they get close. Be warned, however, as telekinesis does draw enemies in, you could find yourself in a rough situation. And with Thrown Butt, telekinesis grows even stronger. Things are drawn in quicker, and bullets are repelled with a much stronger force. This makes it even easier for Eyes to get enemies into exactly the position he wants them to be in, while avoiding incoming attacks better than almost any other character. Eyes may have a very weak passive comparatively, but the sheer power of telekinesis more than makes up for him, and makes him a true force to be reckoned with. Melting. Yep, he sure is. Melting is a high-risk, high-reward character, and pretty difficult to use. He is unlocked by dying for the first time, so yeah, you'll be unlocking him pretty quickly. Melting actually has two passive abilities, although only one of them is positive. When he kills enemies, he gets one extra rad, so if they normally drop 2 rads, for Melting they'll drop 3. That may not seem like much, but given just how many enemies you end up killing in Nuclear Throne, this adds up very quickly, and allows Melting to level up even faster than most. His other passive, well, look at his health. That's right, Melting starts with 2 HP. That means that a significant number of enemy attacks are one-hit kills on the poor guy. Like I said, high risk, high reward. Melting's active is the Corpse Explosion. After he kills an enemy, using this active will blow the corpse up, and that explosion can damage enemies around it for 4 damage per hit animation. These explosions do not hurt Melting. If there are multiple corpses on screen, they will all explode at once. With some good planning, Melting can turn the level into a minefield, detonating whenever an enemy gets around the explosion. Thrown Butt will turn the single explosion into 3 explosions, meaning that the area that he can potentially cover with these grows even larger, with more potential for damage. Due to his low HP, Melting is not recommended for beginners. However, once you learn the game and are more comfortable dealing with that handicap, his explosions and his increased rad give him a lot of distinct advantages on the quest to the throne. Meet Plant, the lovable, bloodthirsty cousin to Bellsprout. Plant is unlocked by getting to World 3-1, the Scrapyard. Plant is actually a very simple character with 2 easy-to-use abilities. His passive is a speed boost. Unlike Fish, who can roll, Plant has a standard walk speed quicker than any other character in the game. This allows him to bob and weave in and out of cover and enemy attacks right from the get-go, which in this game can be a major boon if you find yourself in a tough situation. Not much else to say about it, really. It may be a simple ability, but it's effective. Plant's active is the Vine. When you click, Plant shoots a seed in whatever direction you are aiming, creating a tangle of vines wherever it ends up hitting. This snares enemies, significantly decreasing their ability to move, although they can still shoot. This is best used to either keep enemies from getting close to you, or trap an enemy far away and quickly take him out without wasting bullets, if he's running around too much. Keep in mind, though, you can only have 1 snare at a time. Firing a second one will immediately undo the first one. With Thrown Butt, the Vine becomes more than just a snare. If it hits an enemy who has less than a third of their life left, it will kill them. This gives Plant an extra weapon to finish off his opponents, allowing him to conserve ammo, and in Nuclear Throne, every bit of ammo can help. That's honestly all there is to say about Plant. He's a very simple character, and I'd say he's one of the better ones for beginners, although you do have to unlock him. His speed and his ability to stop enemies in their tracks gives him all the tools to not only get to know the game, but to make a run for the throne. Oh shit, it's YV himself, young Venus. Look at this guy. Us mortals can only dream of being as kickin' rad as the gun god himself. YV is cool, and YV likes money and has a lot of it. Unlocking YV does take a little bit of luck. One of the weapons that tends to show up early in the game is the screwdriver. If you find it, grab it and hold on. It's a short-range melee weapon, but does attack very quickly. While holding the screwdriver, make your way to 3-1 on the scrapyard. You will see a lot of cars laying around. Find the one with the gold trim. Walk up to it and just hit the car with the screwdriver. You will be prompted to then hit E to enter the car. Doing this will bring you straight to YV's mansion, which will unlock YV. Incidentally, this is also the method to unlock golden weapons for each character, but we'll cover that in another video. YV's passive allows him to fire weapons faster than the rest of the cast, with a 20% speed increase for firing. As enemies become stronger and more numerous, the ability to fire quicker gives YV a major edge in the game. He also begins the game with the golden revolver, which has a built-in faster rate of fire to stack on top of his passive. For a comparison, here's Fish's max rate of fire. YV's active ability is the Pop-Pop. When you use it, YV, like the gun god that he is, will fire 2 bullets instead of 1. It does use 2 ammo, but it effectively doubles the instantaneous damage output of whatever weapon he has fired. As enemy HP increases throughout the game, you will find yourself using Pop-Pop more and more to take enemies down. It keeps YV's strength consistent throughout the game, able to take down stronger enemies easier than everyone else. Be warned though, it also doubles reload time. With Thrown Butt, Pop-Pop becomes BROP! Now instead of firing 2 bullets, YV fires 4. This turns him into the most dangerous damage outputter in the game, as most enemies can be taken down far quicker than anyone else can. The reload time is again increased, but instead of being times 4, it's now only times 3. If you want a character who is all about that damage, YV is your main man. Who am I kidding? Even if you don't, YV is still your main man. Well, that about wraps up the first 6 characters, but there's a whole 6 more to cover. Next time, we will cover the second half of the character roster. Characters who have more complicated unlock procedures and more intricate and unique playstyles. Also, please keep in mind, this is meant as a basic introduction. We will eventually be going into each character more in depth, covering best mutations, best weapons, and of course, ultra mutations. But until then, stay throny, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I would appreciate liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video and would like to see more content in the future, including the continuation of the Nuclear Throne tutorial series. Check out my Twitch page for live content such as live Nuclear Throne runs, and feel free to follow me on Twitter if you'd like updates. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.